Christ, you guys have your ass on ice the moment the heat is on.
I can assure you that my candidate is still seriously interested in the deals that we worked out. The first order of business is to find out who this executioner is.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of that ass.
That's trash.
Hello and welcome to That's Cool, That's Trash, the podcast where we watch a psychotronic movie online, then get together on Skype to break down the crazy. I'm your host, Matt Howell, and I'm joined today by some cool guys, the Brothers Morgan. John, welcome.
Hello, thank you very much for having me.
And Jesse, this is your first time on the show. Welcome.
Indeed. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you guys on. I was originally going to have you both on a while ago, back when we were doing... What was the first one you were on, John?
Ooh, that was the one about the canning factory and the cat food one.
Corpse Grinders.
Corpse Grinders was the first one.
Yeah, but for some reason, Jesse, something happened. But now you're here. And
I was suddenly not there.
Yeah, and we've got a doozy. I'm so excited to talk about this movie. So I've wanted to see The Executioner Part 2 forever. Have you guys even heard of this thing at all? Or
Never.
No.
Okay.
My father loved me, and he wouldn't tell me about this.
But I mean, this one to me is one of those ones where, you know, the 80s is such a sweet spot for this kind of film, or this, you know, shit movies, because they were cheap and all that stuff, and so much distribution of garbage. But this VHS box is seared into my brain. Like, I've walked by and looked at this so many times.
Oh, interesting. You didn't watch it back in those days when you were renting VHSs?
No, I was more of a horror movie guy. I would get the occasional Ninja
and there
or
were
Rambo
a billion
ripoff.
horror movies. I mean, getting through all those, you'd never was going to see that VHS.
Exactly.
Yeah, seriously.
Exactly. So, yeah, I've wanted to see this for a long time. And on the show, we watched another movie by one of the same people, Renee Harmon, who's a star and writer of this. It's called Frozen Scream. Cannot recommend it enough. It is utter insanity. It makes no sense. It's like a fever dream, and it is. I was not disappointed by my second Renee Harmon movie, which is this one. Yeah, so this is from 1984, and I hope you guys weren't too alarmed by the part 2. There is no part 1.
No. Yeah, that's an interesting choice on their part.
Yeah. So the reason behind that is there was a popular little sleazy B movie called The Eliminator, I think, in 1980s.
I think it was The Exterminator.
Exterminator, thank you very much. And it starred Robert Ginty. You might know him. But and it's the same theme. So it's a guy comes back from Vietnam. He's got PTSD. His friend gets killed by some thugs. It's a total Death Wish ripoff. But he uses a blowtorch or whatever, a flamethrower. And he wears like a welder's mask or something. So it was kind of a little hit. Like it, costs like 200 or whatever, $2 million, and it made like 35 million just doing, second run, whatever, small circuits theaters. So they figured, hey, let's just do our own Death Wish ripoff, and let's see if we can trick some people into watching this, thinking it's a sequel. In the spirit of true sleaze.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got to tell you, this movie was produced for drug dealers to use to keep people from hearing about their schemes, because that's the only reason any movie theater would put it on. So the couple of guys in trench coats in the front row can go, the cops can't hear us, can they?
Okay, I enjoyed it, but we won't go there yet.
All right.
So Jesse, I've talked with John a bit about his history of psychotronic stuff, what tickles his cinema belly button or whatever. Like, what's your cinema deal? Who are you as a movie watcher?
I'm kind of all over the place in those cases. I am currently hip deep, obsessed with Netflix horror films. I've also been obsessed with 40s noir. It all depends on what I'm chasing. I've never really been an 80s action guy. action started catching up to me in the 90s.
Okay.
You know, all of a sudden you had terrible films with Pierce Brosnan and all that sort of stuff, and I'd grab those off the shelves and watch them all if I was allowed to. Rutger Hauer, you know, those were my guys. So I Rambo 2 and the other 80s classics, those passed me by.
Okay. Are you do you mind saying your age? I'm just curious if we're the same age or not.
I am 47.
Okay. So what out of curiosity, did the 80s, the mid 80s-ness of all that stuff not appeal to you? Like, were you just chasing different dragons?
I think at that point, for some reason, I thought school was important, and I'm not going to lie, that was a mistake that haunted me later. But also, I was a TV guy more than anything else. I'd go out for Star Wars or whatever it is, but we were normally out in the suburbs.
Okay.
So it wasn't we couldn't run down to a movie theater every 5 minutes. It was generally a family production.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's true.
And we discovered, I mean, as I remember, John, you can correct me, we discovered the VHS late. I mean, we really only got onto the VHSs in 1986 or something like that when we finally got a VHS.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
that may be true, yeah.
Wrong.
Okay.
No, that's about right. That's about right. Yeah, I remember watching with Jesse in that era a lot of Doctor Who, a lot of that kind of sort of video era BBC stuff.
Okay.
You know.
See, that's a great point. Our grandparents would send us videotapes of PBS shows
because we were living overseas at the time.
Tons
for part of it.
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, Masterpiece Theater. They'd send us anything that went over that thing, and we were obsessed by those. We'd watch them over and over and over. So those poor bastards with the explosive arrows never had a chance.
Okay.
I was locked in on Jeremy Brett as Sherlock Holmes.
Okay. So
only later when I got out to college would I start going into libraries and misusing their VCRs.
Interesting. Okay. So you're I've got some tapes of I, Claudius to watch. I can't be bothered with it. Enter the Ninja 3.
That's actually legitimate. I think because we were living overseas, basically all of the English language stuff we were getting was basically stuff that my grandfather taped from PBS and sent to us.
Okay.
And that's kind of where a lot of our tastes ended, kind of began for that reason. That was what we were rewatching.
How long did you live overseas?
It was on and off all over the place.
Okay.
8 years is probably about right.
Oh, okay. That's why you're all fucked up. Okay, that's cool.
Yes. Well played, sir.
Okay,
that helps.
That's why we have the faint tinge of the homeschooling. It just it gives that aspect of it.
Right. Your base kids, or what are you?
Yeah, we were military brats.
Okay. One quick aside, you did mention that you're a 40s noir guy.
Yes.
Tangentially, and this is going to immediately date this episode. Did you see that there's an incomplete Orson Welles film released on Netflix today?
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Something
for the
in
70s.
The wind. And this is so typically Netflix, man. Hey, we really want to do a documentary about this unfinished film. Let's finish the film while we're doing it. I have no idea why these guys do anything, honestly.
So do you have a sense enough to speak with any kind of confidence about how much of it was complete? I know they used notes, the same way they used notes for when they went back to Touch of Evil and they fixed it essentially from the studio butcher job. Do you know how much that was complete and how much is this Frank Herbert's son coming in and just trying to dry hump some notebooks?
From what I understand, there was a lot of footage, a lot of footage.
Okay.
That does not prevent dry humping.
It does not prevent you dry hump. Really, honestly, the door is open as far as the dry humping goes.
That's absolutely right. We should have hitched up that dog, but we just got to look at it.
I mean, that sounds like an old down-home saying that you just invented, Jess. You should hitch that dog up. Dog will hump.
Yeah, that does sound like something you get a crowd to chant at a wrestling match.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesse, would you be the honor of giving a brief elevator pitch kind of Wikipedia synopsis of this movie in case people haven't seen it?
I've been fearing you asking me this because honestly, this is a boldly plotless movie. But from what I understand, a one man named Mike and his favorite Sergeant Dan come back from the wars, apparently the Vietnam War, and Dan joins the police force, and Mike fixes cars by day, explodes people by night.
Are you sure about Dan? I thought it was Raj. I kept calling him Raj. Roger?
Roger? I don't think it was Roger, but I'll go with you. Let's call him police guy or something, because it could be either. I'll say Roger.
Okay. I was curious. I knew that you guys are both kind of you have good taste in movies and stuff like that. So I thought you'd want to see something good.
We absolutely don't.
I know you love Robert
John
Mitchum.
Maybe,
you like Night of the Hunter.
Oh yes.
Oh God, yeah.
So I knew you'd want to watch a Mitchum movie. So
you are a horrible tempter, sir. That was a monkey's paw bait and switch on me.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you, or were you done?
Oh no, that I think is the most you can say. I've read other synopsises that mention the reporter, of course, the most white name you could possibly give a person, like Christine Antwerp. I can't.
Celia Amherst.
Celia Amherst. They keep mentioning the reporter, and honestly, she has almost nothing to do about it until the last 15 minutes. So.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's about Roger.
I think it's
about Mike and Roger.
So it's Lieutenant Roger O'Malley, which is Christopher Mitchum, and then Mike, who we all know.
Apparently all O'Malleys are Dan in my bizarre little brain. Okay, yeah. Roger it is.
So, the Nom, huh?
The Nom.
Some kids.
I think we should talk a little bit about the Nom, because I did not see any actual enemies during the Nom portion.
I
didn't see any actual Viet Cong.
I saw one. It was called Verisimilitude.
Verisimilitude?
Did you see that helicopter? I've seen
was that the Viet Cong?
I've seen some newsreel footage. I don't remember any jet black, shiny, sleek helicopters in Nam, but.
Yeah, no,
honestly,
totally.
I was totally ready to forgive that. At least they had guys jumping out of it. It had some reason to be there. Maybe it was sort of, MASH helicopter shaped. But the fact is, it's really hard to ignore what John was saying, that there were a whole bunch of guys running around and getting blown up, but they didn't seem to have anybody actually running around at them or blowing up.
Right. They couldn't find a single Asian to do the role.
Every once in a while, a flamethrower would go off in the corner of the screen, but you never really understood whether it was them. I honestly thought that they had gotten so turned around they were just shooting at each other for fun.
So, great point. And further question, if we're talking about, is this L.A.? I'm assuming this is movie.
I'm assuming it's L.A.
It had Sunset Boulevard. I'm going to say it's L.A.
Okay.
Plus, they had a guy in a weird hat reading the L.A. Weekly.
Okay.
Okay.
So, did you see a person of color at any point in this movie?
No, not once.
Brilliant.
Not any colors.
Well, there were a whole lot of people who were supposed to be part of I assume were dressed to be coded as Hispanic gang, but any look at them broke that illusion immediately.
Okay, yes. So the director of this is James Bryan, and he had kind of a varied B-movie career. I think he's most well known for a slasher called Don't Go in the Woods Alone, which is kind of a cult favorite.
And good advice.
Yeah, it's good advice, at the very least.
He's also attached to, producer-wise or, peripherally to some porn. And I don't know if you noticed some of the posters in, what's the guy's name? Pete Vance is
the pimp.
He had Hot Teenage Assets was a poster, and
that would have been a much better movie. I was looking at that poster through most of those scenes going, God,
well, you're I would like to have seen that one.
Yeah, exactly. That seemed like a perfectly good.
So yeah, he's got some different stuff. Hellriders. speaking of that Orson Welles thing, another Renee Harmon movie that James Bryan directed was sat in a can for like 20 some years, and then the blog Bleeding Skull, I don't know if you've ever read them, they're pretty cool, but they picked up the footage and finished it, much like the Orson Welles thing, and just released it in 2016. It's called Jungle Trap, and I have not yet seen it, but I've seen the previews for it on YouTube, and it looks fucking amazing. It's shot on video. It looks like utter dog shit in the best way.
Actually, what's funny is because I saw like on the IMDb that there was like one from 2018. It's like, how the fuck is she still pumping this out? Like, but that explains it.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, if you're here scratching on your windows tonight, that's Orson Welles coming back from the grave to beat the crap out of you for comparing him.
Lumping her in with him. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but Renee Harmon, she's not from America. She's from another country.
Like a war bride.
So she is a German-born, I think she was a ballerina, and she met a GI on a base that was in Germany, and they fell in love and married, and they came back to Texas, and then she had her career, and she's written quite a few books about acting in the film industry that were more successful than her film work was, and then probably should have been. I haven't read them, but she's more well known for her books about like how to make your child a star, like those kind of weird, like how to make a classy film on a little or no money. She's more known for that than this stuff, but this stuff's fucking gold. And I love that it's like it reminds me of Tim Burton's Ed Wood, right? When the producer's watching him shoot like Bride of the Monster, and he's like, or no, it was a Plan 9 from Outer Space. And he's like, why are you giving Tor Johnson all the lines? Like, he's like, well, this guy won't talk, and Vampire won't talk, and this guy's blah, blah, and Bella's dead. What am I supposed to do? But I love that she gives herself all the lines, and she's almost...
She has so many lines that should have been cut.
Yeah. I mean, you got to see Frozen Scream, because she even has more lines. She's definitely the star, and she does... It's impenetrable. It's beautiful. Okay, so... I have so many clips, and I want to talk about so much stuff. So I'll let you guys kind of guide or something like that. Do you want to hear some of Renee Harmon's accent, since I just talked about that? That seems apropos.
Absolutely. Yeah, and actually, what I thought was an interesting choice was the fact that everything was was dubbed frequently, and they kept the accent.
Yes. So good point, John. So I was mentioning to these guys before we started recording that I'm an ADR geek. I talk about this all the time. I love bad ADR. And this film seems to be, that's additional dialogue recording. So when the location audio you use is unusable, or if you didn't even shoot it, which a lot of cheaper productions will do, you just recreate all the sound later with Foley and studio dialogue. And this film appears to have had either no location audio or very little, but it is wonderfully dubbed by people in post, and I love some of these performances. I'm going to resist the temptation to play the one that we just played on a loop here last night. The whole family watched most of this last night.
Can't believe you did that to them.
Yeah, I know. They've seen a lot worse. Okay, so we start with that Vietnam flashback, and then we kind of go from choppers and bombs and sirens to police sirens. It's a nice smooth transition, and then we get to hear...
And the only one in the entire movie, I might add.
We get to hear Renee Harmon, who is, when you're a reporter, you want to be able to not speak English very well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Detective McNally, if you just would listen to me.
This is the scene of a homicide, ma'am, not a circus.
There are rumors on the street that someone called the executioner
has been committing these crimes. Yes, the police are well aware of these rumors.
Oh, I love her so much. We lost her like 12 years ago.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
May she never be found. Like, I have to say, really honestly, that accent is I mean, in itself fairly adorable, but like, it's a strange choice for a reporter who is, constantly on the TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in all my years, I've never seen a reporter with an accent.
Yes, exactly.
Movie. It's almost like speaking is important when you're delivering the news. They also use for a news voice. There's this VO that comes up throughout the film to kind of remind us that his vigilante is out here doing this stuff, and it's this guy. I think he's the same guy that did some dubbing in Frozen Scream. You guys really have to see Frozen Scream, but I want to play a little bit of his because he's so Hollywood like earnest sounding VO guy. I just love his voice.
Today, the executioner has struck again. Police report the 5th unsolved homicide in 2 weeks, and the only clue they have is that the murders were committed by someone known on the streets as the executioner.
So that guy, using that same delivery, did an entire character's voice in Frozen Scream. In that exact
Really?
Yes.
Was he, I hope he was the computer.
No, he was not. He was a private detective, and he was looking for someone who had gone missing, or something like that. It was amazing.
It is kind of a dragnet voice. I mean, like that voiceover is very dragnetty.
Right. So one thing I dug about this was the music. I love a good kind of 70s, soundtrack, like I don't know, Black Belt Jones, whatever. I love, some good stuff. And this one, it's not top shelf stuff, but I thought it was pretty decent soundtrack stuff.
Yeah, I thought so too, actually.
So after we hear about the executioner from that guy on the news, wherever they're doing like a flyover footage of LA, we get to see some toughs being toughs, and they're taking a girl up onto a rooftop and raping her.
Just a moment, sir. Point of order. They are taking her up on the roof. They are hanging her off the roof.
Oh, right.
They are tossing her back. They are then cutting up and ripping her clothes with scissors they apparently stole from kindergarten. Then, and by the way, this is a theme of the thing that makes me really think that you are wrong about Barclay having anything to do with porn. The entirety of the sexiness in this movie involves ripping girls' clothes. And you would think, oh, okay, ripping off girls' clothes. That's something. No. Ripping girls' clothes, putting the clothes back on the girl, and then ripping them again.
There's
a lot of that.
Of this movie.
That does not preclude him from directing pornography. He has a personal area that he's interested in.
Self-respecting pornography. As the only single pervert here, sir, I must tell you, no self-respecting porn director is going to leave it there.
Okay. But there's one point. So the guy Pete Vance that we're going to be talking about here in a little bit, he always wears the Magnum PI Hawaiian shirt.
Absolutely.
And the white pants.
Yes, and white pants. He has a couple of women that are like his stable girls or whatever, and one of them is clearly a blonde, like porn star person. And there's a couple points where I don't know if you noticed this. She literally just turns to the camera and just stares at it and smiles at the end of a scene. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's when Renee's like, yeah, she's a porn star.
Yeah, I don't know how she spotted that when everybody else was obviously looking off to the left for the cue card.
Yeah.
Every single person was doing that in every scene. But I was interrupting you. Let us go on and claim that woman was raped, although at the very least she had her pantyhose stolen and her dignity hurt. So that's going on.
Okay, so there's an elderly couple who hear this commotion up on the stairs, and the wife's saying, like, don't go up there, it's too dangerous, blah, blah, just call the police. And
it's like, I'm going to...
So they're cutting to the stairwell to the rooftop and then the rooftop. And at one point, like, a tough, like, dudes are holding her down, and he unzips his pants and says, like, something about I'm the king, or prepare to meet the king. And then we cut down to old people, and then the executioner charges past them, and then
Right.
the clip I'm going to play starts. So, and he's like zipping up. So I think that we're meant to believe that the act was done and they all gang raped her.
That seems fair.
So my point was the music here. This is our way to meet the executioner first of all and hear about his MO. But the music I like a lot, and this reminded me of Lalo Schifrin. I don't know if you guys are a fan of his music or not. But his score for Dirty Harry is one of my all-time favorite 70s soundtracks.
Yeah.
And this reminded me of like a Kmart version of that opening scene when the Scorpio killer shoots that woman in the pool. And there's this awesome, just sick breakbeat thing going on, like, and then it's like badass, like, do comes in. This is not that. And there's that ghostly chorus. But this is a shitty version of that, which I liked also.
Come on, bitch!
Long, but just want to get some music in there.
That's about right, though. Honestly, like there were a lot of scenes that I think were being
and I want to tell the
played for
podcast
suspense.
listeners, it was exactly that badly mixed. Don't try to blame Matt for this one.
Yeah, no, it's true.
It sounded exactly like that, coming out of the best possible print we could see.
Excuse me. What I love about this ADR stuff, especially in this one and all these tough scenes like this, is that you have to realize that, you know, I'm a producer, so I do this stuff in a more boring capacity, that there's people standing in a recording studio with headphones on all around a fucking mic doing that. Looking at a screen and going, I'm the get ready to meet the king. Baby. Like, how do you fucking not kill yourself after doing that for your job all day long?
Not a clue.
It might be a fucking blast, honestly.
It probably is, but it's.
I mean, like honestly, like that sounds like. I mean, I would do that for free. They could get me off the street, and I'd say yes to that.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Ha ha. That's the guy I liked in the background. The guy in the background goes, ha ha.
And there's also some loops in here if you listen, like when the Gang of Toughs, which is basically like a cartoon like cloud of dogs fighting, go into that store. There's just loops of sound. Like my daughter who's 11 is like, they're just using the same sound thing over and over again. Mm-hmm. Like it's pretty obvious that they're just cheating.
Douche. There's lots of little douche noises.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that did not include the executioner. Sorry. So here's when he busts into the scene.
Well, we did it to her, didn't we? I'm the king and this is my crown. Punk! That dude's crazy. Let's get out of here. Watch out. That dude's crazy, man. Let's get out of here. Come back here, you maggot. I'm your judge. I'm your jury. And I'm your executioner.
Number 2.
Part 2, yeah.
Part 2.
Little known fact, so this actually inspired Judge Dredd.
What? How dare you, sir? How dare you?
You are going to hell. It's judgment time.
John Wagner will find you and hunt you down. It's
going to be really crowded at that window.
I know, right? Between him and Orson Welles. Oh my god!
Like
honestly, the dubbing is so bad. Like but actually, really, like I was saying, like it seems like there's a difference between building suspense and just pulling for time.
Yeah.
There were a lot of times I thought something was going to happen that took a long time for anything to actually occur. Like like the old man coming up the stairs.
Yes.
Like like she was like, "Don't go up there, Harry," or whatever it is. Like and then like he's like, "Oh, I'm going up there," and then we cut to the the in progress rapey stuff, and then we cut back and they're in the exact same spot in the stairs, and she's like, "Oh no, Harry," and then we cut to them and we cut back and they're still fucking in the same place on the stairs, like, and that happens throughout this movie where like things should have already happened, but we're just kind of cutting back and forth.
Yes. Yes, there's the sense of time with the continuity editing is a little berserk in this.
Right, and I Like, you know, and in the case of Jesse, like, on one hand, like, you know, I don't really enjoy rapey scenes, but on the other hand, I was like, you can't get this girl's clothes off at all? Like, this is not possible?
They spent all that time getting the pantyhose off so they could put it on the guy's head. It was a very important feat.
It was very important.
But that's all they got done.
But that was his crown, Jesse.
That was, I'm the king.
So
he should have said he was a ninja.
I have to admit, that was a heck of an entrance. I was sure that Fidel Castro had come to rescue her.
Oh, right.
Up out of there, in the green fatigues and like the black mask.
Right. So
the revolution.
If folks out there listening haven't seen this, can you describe how the executioner likes to take people out?
Yes. I'm like.
This is very important. All right, first, the executioner charges into the scene waving a gun. This gun never be shot. Honestly, at one point, I was sure it was made out of rubber. He will then pistol whip the living crap out of everyone around until everyone except one person has left.
With a barrage of douche, douche, douche noises.
Yes, and I love the douche. I mean, I haven't really been enthused about ADR, but I love the karate douche, douche, douche noise. I can never give that up. That is exactly. I am always disappointed with modern
douche.
We call that summer's eving. Yeah.
The summer's eve sound.
Exactly. And then, of course, now it's time to finish him off. So he having whipped them into near unconsciousness, or honestly, real unconsciousness from what I could see, he then pulls a grenade out of some part of his anatomy, releases the thing, sticks it inside their clothing. Now, the first kill is very easy because all he's got to do is stick it under the crown of Playtex that the guy has on his head.
Playtex crown, new band name.
Immediately after that, he disintegrates him with a cartoon explosion. It is not a real explosion. I've never seen like anyone use that explosion before in a movie. You know, saw it a couple times in a Yosemite Sam cartoon, but never before in a movie.
It's definitely stock. It's complete cutaway to an explosion, and they use the same one like 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's important. Like, he's going to place that grenade right up against their anatomy and then tell them that he's their judge, jury, and executioner. And then kaboom, and he vanishes. He's got, like, Hannibal-level murder wizard powers there.
And sometimes, like, he'll beat them with other things when he gets done pistol whipping them.
That's true.
There are other objects who might get picked up that he might, you know, sort of, the coup de grace, like, might be actually with, you know, a box of some variety or a pipe. But never will he fire this gun.
No.
Like, I'm convinced he does not have any actual bullets. He is actually abiding by the laws of New York State. For some weird reason.
Well, I don't know if you guys knew this, but this actually inspired Batman, and that's why he doesn't use guns.
No, that could be.
See, if he had been using a batarang, I would have understood.
So we've established the executioner now. This is how he works. That's how he operates. This is who he takes out. So there's a moral question going on here, right, in the audience's mind. Those guys are dirty rapists, but that guy killed them. So in case you're unclear about how you're supposed to be conflicted, that news guy comes back in and lets us know what people are thinking.
Right.
Police still have no idea who the executioner is, and they don't want to talk about it. He either shoots his victims, cuts them with glass, or places live grenades in their clothes. He's cleaning out the criminals of the city, the rapists, the pimps, the drug dealers. He's doing a better job of fighting crime than the police. Maybe we would all sleep better if the police leave him alone.
Ooh, gauntlet thrown.
I know, right? So, and also we should point out that, like, the gang members of this particular LA are always dressed the same.
Yes, this is Earth 276, I think, yeah.
Yes, exactly. They're like, there's no sleeves. They get no sleeves.
Bandanas around their head.
Always bandanas.
And around their ankle. Very important. When one of the guys ran away, you could see a red bandana around his ankle in the latest style of 1984.
So doesn't this seem...
Somebody could have told me about that.
Are you guys fans of Arrested Development at all?
Yes, yeah, very much.
Okay, so you know Job's friends, the hot cops that are strippers?
Yes, exactly.
These guys seem like whatever hot thugs is what I kept calling them.
Yeah, they're the hot thugs, exactly.
It's like they're clearly not actually thugs, and they look like they're about ready to start stripping at somebody's bachelorette party.
I just thought they were going to start kicking like they were the Sharks, like honestly, or the Jets. Like
that was the other thing. Like Renee and I were like, I think they're like from the Fame School, maybe.
I think they are.
So here's one problem: you start taking out these thugs, you start shaking some stuff loose, right? And the upper
they're never going to live forever that way.
They don't care for that, and we got to meet somebody who's responsible here.
You got a girl for me?
No, boss. No chicks.
Well, get off your ass and get me one.
Boss, the pimps on the street say they ain't got no more chicks for you. Young ones are afraid. They don't want to turn more tricks for the tattoo man.
What the hell you talking about? Chicks call me the tattoo man? So get me some new ones.
Okay, boss.
Hey guys.
And noodly guitars in the background.
Yeah.
So many noodly guitars.
So I don't know what you were picturing after that scene, but I was expecting something to happen in the last act of the film, or something where he's going to like have to partially disrobe, and we're going to see him in his full like Leonard Shelby Memento glory.
Like a fucking like Yakuza, like something just enormous covering everything.
Yes.
Never see a tattoo on that guy.
And he has like a mom tattoo.
So he has 3 tattoos. He has
one on each forearm
and one on his like pectoral. I have 2 tattoos.
You're the tattoo
so you
man as
guys
well.
realize I'm 2/3 of the way to being a kingpin pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
his tattoos were enormously disappointing.
Yeah,
he's
shit.
Pimp management.
What's that?
He's a pimp supervisor. He's pimp management. He's not
it's true.
out there procuring as such.
Good point.
He's just like keeping the quality control.
He's a CEO type.
Yes. Yeah, he's in the back of the car, town car. He doesn't get his hands dirty too much, except when he's hurting women. So there's
showing off his 3 tattoos.
I want to go into one of my weird cul-de-sacs here. Now, before that portion where we learn that he's called the Tattoo Man, we see him meet our hero, Mike. Because he drives up to Mike's garage.
Is there a hero?
Well, yeah, okay. You got me.
It is named after him, so I'm going to say yes.
But go with me. So
I'm here.
He drives up to Mike's garage. He and his Batman get out of the car. They walk up to Mike, and Mike tries to present them with a $64 bill. Now, admittedly, that was $10,000 in 1980s money. Never mind that.
That's true.
Fair enough.
He could put his kid through college with that shit.
Naturally, being the high and mighty Kingpin, he tells him he's not going to pay. Mike tries to respond with him, talk to him, pointing out that he pays the tattooed man protection. And all he needs is for him to pay this piddly $64 $1,000 bill. And the guy says, and I'm not going to pay it. Clips his nails, turns around, and get backs into the car. After his Batman has spat at Mike's feet while walking off. I just want to point out that if that had been the Punisher, A, the movie would have ended there.
Right?
And B, the Punisher would then go into the garage and fix an automatic transmission. There'd be no automatic transition sign on that shop. The Punisher does not screw around.
He doesn't do
Right.
No,
he doesn't touch the German stuff.
Cul-de-sac aside.
No, it's a good point. Honestly, it doesn't make a ton of sense. I think it was meant to throw the viewer off slightly.
It did. Honestly, I was actually thinking there was some kind of there was going to be an actual mystery here. So maybe Mike is.
That was my next question. I don't know what you guys thought going into this, but I thought after the setup and meeting Mike that, okay, like, we got a flashback, we got some characters established, this is a mystery, and this guy's clearly a red herring, right?
Right.
So we're gonna have to figure out who's who, what's what, and it did not deliver.
At all.
It was very direct.
Well, you have to admit the red herrings were everywhere. I mean, Mike's inability to fight anyone at any time.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
Mike wearing a wool...
When the gang members actually show up...
What about his wool sweater
vest? Oh, that was a beautiful sweater vest. And he was wearing it like a wife beater.
Yes. I've never seen that.
It wasn't a magnificent thing.
A wool vest or wool sweater tank top. That is bizarre.
I'm telling you, Matt, you got to stop talking about like the origins of Batman and all that stuff. This stuff needs to go to Vogue because I think we can get a whole fall line out of this.
Actually, I would love to have like a fashion designer say like, well, I draw all of my my inspiration from Executioner 2.
There's no Executioner 1, you know.
There's no Executioner 1.
Know of.
So hindsight being 2020, in the opening Vietnam scene, we see a Sarge, who we find out later is Chris Mitchum, being rescued by one of his men, and that guy on his helmet has his nickname written, which is Psycho.
Yes, so on a piece of tape.
Yeah, not much
Somebody
of a mystery.
put it on his helmet so he'd know which of his helmets it
and
was.
Sharpie, Sir Marks a lot.
They didn't want to commit. He actually got a new nickname every week. You know, they didn't want to have to.
Yeah.
Last week he was Paunchy.
Then it was Sharp.
Yeah, right. But he lost some weight, so the next week he got to be Psycho.
Then it was Chlamydia. Every week it changes depending on what happened that week.
Yeah, exactly. Dirt McGurk when he hadn't had a shower in a couple of days.
Yeah. Okay. So, so we get to see that Sarge, who is Chris, not Chris, Christ, O'Malley. What was it? Raj.
Dan. No, sorry.
He's Lieutenant Roger O'Malley.
We're going with Roger.
It is Roger. I checked on IMDb. It's real. Okay. So they're buddies. They are the guys from the flashback. He's going to help Raj out by doing some repairs, and he's saying, good, because I got my daughter going to college next year, and I can't afford a new car. And so we get to meet... Also, I'm sorry, was this supposed to be a mystery as well? Was this supposed to be a reveal an hour into the film who she was, who his daughter was? Or was that supposed to be obvious the entire time?
I think it was supposed to be obvious the entire time.
Okay.
I disagree. I think it was a Chekhov setup.
Well, no, because...
I was honestly surprised, or at least, conservation of characters aside, she was a really messed up person to be with, frankly, the most boring policeman alive, but he seemed to have like some idea of what everybody's name was.
But they've already employed Chekhov's rule, Chekhov's samurai sword, that rule?
Yeah, no, exactly. The samurai sword was the Chekhov moment.
Oh, heck no. They had Chekhov moments all over the place, man. They had Chekhov's balcony. They had Chekhov's, they had Chekhov's dynamite. They were all over the place. Like, they loved the Chekhov thing. They used that every chance they got. Chekhov's Aldo Ray.
All right. I forgot her name, but can we play the scene where we meet her? That is my favorite audio scene. It's not her. It's her classmate. They're talking about a test they just took. Her classmate's fucking amazing. Like, I might need to make a ringtone or notification out of it. Okay, dig this shit.
That math test sure was the pits.
It was dumb.
The real old Iron Fist special.
Uh-huh.
They had some new tops in that store, didn't they?
Yeah, I like them.
Are you going to the gym today?
No, too much homework.
Oh. Well, see you tomorrow in school.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
It was dumb.
It was dumb. Where the fuck did they find her? Actually, there's two friends. There's that one who apparently they just dug out of the grave and is having a hard time kind of dealing with shit. Like, and then the one with the crazy voice.
Oh my god.
Oh god, yes, Kitty.
Kitty was so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I have plenty of her. Whenever you wanted me to, Jesus, man, she did not shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. And then her laugh was just. it was like having your skull pierced. It was the worst thing.
All right, so we find out that whatever her name is a drug user, despite her dad being a cop, or probably because her dad's a cop. So we get to see her and this person we're talking about, Kitty, studying, quote unquote, and they're smoking a joint. And listen to her friend. This is how she talks through the entire film, regardless of what's happening.
Terrific. Now read the entire sentence.
El tren parte a 7 a la mañana para Madrid. Oh, I hate these foreign languages. Oh!
You need one or you won't graduate.
And if I don't graduate, I don't get a decent job. And if I don't get a decent job, oh, Laura, shut up. I hear that shit every day at home from my mother.
Your mother's right.
Screw her.
Oh, my Jesus.
So, as a person who enjoys cannabis, I want to tell you that is not representative of who we are or what we do in any way, shape, or form.
They should have honestly used that. Yeah. They would have
Yeah, seriously. Like the Stoners should have picketed that movie the way like the LGBT did Basic Instinct. You know what I mean? It should have just been this is not us.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. It was I was insulted, but then I forgot about it. Then I totally forgot about it, and I went in the kitchen to get a snack. So whatever. So I have another file here named Worst ADR, but how is that possible? Because I just played the worst ADR.
No. I was just the worst person to put on ADR.
All right, let me hear what this is now. I'm curious, morbidly.
Kitty, I don't know if I can go through with this.
Yeah, that's what I said at first. But as soon as the first sleazeball comes along and slips you a 20, it's a breeze.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Just wait till Pete Vance or Pusher Man comes along with some dope. You'll see the light. That's Pete's place. Go on, go. Hey, Pete, here's a new one for you.
Huh. I think It Was Dumb is way worse.
Yeah.
It Was Dumb is pretty
It's
bad.
a hard move. Although in that case, that was two of them being awful ADR. You couldn't even hear Laura in the first one.
Right.
Her friend was just sending out all kinds of chaff.
Did you say her name is Laura?
Yes.
Okay.
I actually know that. I can't tell you why.
Know that. Okay.
That is the name of Roger's daughter.
Okay.
The fact that I didn't know that he was named Roger, we'll just pass over that.
You called him Big Dan, whatever. We're over that.
I also love, by the way, when Laura goes out to meet the pimp for the first time, the only concession she does to becoming a more sleazy version of herself is to slightly fuck up her eye makeup.
Yeah.
Otherwise, say
No, see, that's how you know they're hookers. Is they just fuck up the eye makeup a little bit.
So she loves her dope. She's kind of like the Laura Palmer of this movie. And so one of you two describe what happens when she goes to meet the scene after what we just heard. She decides, you know what, I'm going to start turning tricks for dope money. And she goes to meet Pete Vance, the guy with the white pants and the Hawaiian shirt. Can you describe what his deal is with her, what their encounter's like?
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, John.
Well, I mean, actually, honestly, I'm mildly confused, really. So he brings her in, and obviously she's meant to be the pristine girl for the boss to fuck up in some variety. And he gets her hired somehow, after he kind of grabs her arm a little bit and says I'll make peace with you. And then she's kind of weird and slurry.
Well, he says, I've got a little something for you, and then we cut to her laying down on the bed. So
once again, transitions are for punks.
Yeah, it's implied that he gave her dope of some sort.
Right. And then so he's gonna have he's gonna take advantage of her apparently, and then two other prostitutes come in and save her, and say how could you dope her up?
Can I just say those prostitutes are my favorite characters in the entire movie.
They were the best.
They are pleasant and helpful throughout. They were in there. He'd brought them in there to introduce Laura to the sleaze, And they're
Right,
like, no way. She's doped up. She can't do anything professional this way. Oh, you poor
No,
kid.
seriously.
Why don't
Honor
you
among
go out
hookers.
into the hallway and see if anybody has any, like, suckers for you out there, lady. And, like, brush the Pete Vance off completely without a blink of an eye.
Shall we meet them?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, let's meet the true heroes of this story.
Yeah, that's good. We're gonna have a party. Girls, meet my new chickie.
Don't you think she's a little young?
So?
It's okay.
What's happening?
You'll be all right.
Pig?
We'll take care
I'll
of
take
you.
care
It's
of
okay.
you.
Quiet.
You.
Quiet. It's okay.
You
Leave
jerk.
her alone.
She's all doped up.
Give her a break, you dumb bastard.
You're crazy. I'm getting out of here.
Come back here. You let my virgin get away.
Ow.
Hey, come back here.
Rescued by... I don't even know what they were, but I know that they're the heroes of this thing. They were the hero that Laura deserved. Let's put it that way.
And also, like, can I say they were the most effective heroes? They just did it. Like, there wasn't some huge lead up. There wasn't a bunch of like pistol whipping. They just kicked his ass and and Laura got away.
Yeah, and that won't be the last time that they try to save Laura either. But it all goes
That's true.
Right. So I forgot to mention one thing. A visual that was upsetting about Vance. In addition to the white pants and the red Hawaiian shirt, he also has a creepy little Prince Valiant Caesar cut.
Oh,
yes, he does. Yeah,
that was profoundly upsetting.
I kept trying to designate it as a hairpiece just to save my own peace of mind.
Honestly, what I thought was that maybe Pete Vance had gone through a breakup and decided to have bangs. You know what I mean? Like, it was kind of like...
Okay.
By the way,
he's like, you do you, baby. I'm going to try the bangs out.
Right. Yeah, and I want to point out that we are constitutionally incapable of not saying his full name. Pete Vance.
Exactly.
Nobody's going to call him Pete from now on. It's going to be Pete Vance all the way through.
Absolutely.
I respect him. He's good at what he does.
He really isn't.
No, he's not at all. I was facetious. There's a reveal, there's a little lather rinse repeat going on in the middle of this film where, I don't know, the middle chunk here is just kind of a blur because it's just more of a...
It's the same scenes happening over and over again.
Yeah, she needs dope and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
We get to meet an old hooker. I'm trying to think what goes... Oh, so there is... I did like that when the executioner is revealed, that's Mike, a bunch of toughs... Oh, forget. Okay, so there's a weird thing. At one point, he and Roger are out having a beer with Renee Harmon's character.
Yes, because apparently she and Roger are dating.
Well, it's a business date, but they're interested in each other, I think, is an implication, right? But for some reason, Mike comes. I don't know.
We will argue about this later, but let us...
They dance. So.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So they're basically talking about how the place has changed, right? Because this is all about the fall from perfection. Like, this place is such a dump now, and they're saying, "Oh, remember the Bijou Theater?" And Renee says, "Oh, that
Chekhov's balcony.
Celia, sorry." Like, yes, it's like, "Oh, that place closed." And then Mike just goes, "That would be a great place to hole up as a criminal and run an operation." Did you notice that?
Yeah.
And then he leaves.
Non sequitur.
Yeah, and then he leaves and goes and infiltrates, and sure enough, that is one of the nests of crime. But he,
right.
So he, wait, is this the time? How does he cut his hand?
Oh, it's when, what was it? When he slashes that guy's throat with a bottle.
So, it is when he breaks the bottle.
Once again, he refuses to shoot somebody. Yeah.
Okay. And this is a point that I'd like to point out, because while the two girls are the heroes as far as I'm concerned, there is also a master villain in this movie, and it weirdly is not the tattooed man. Way back, like at the beginning of the movie, a bunch of toughs decide to disassemble a car directly outside of Mike's garage. In total contravention of everything he believes in. Law, order, repair. They're out there taking it apart. He and Roger run out, and eventually Roger I mean, like, Christopher Mitchum does a pretty decent job of throwing, like, some karate kicks and punches. More power.
He does, actually, yeah.
Mike, completely useless, as we will see later. But we are introduced to the blonde Simon brother.
Oh, my God. I forgot about him.
Right? That guy's, like, unkillable.
In the silk, like, vest and the red bandana, he kicks both... He, like, gives both Chris... like Roger and Mike a run for their money in fighting. And
Somehow.
later on, yeah, and he keeps popping up. He keeps fighting Mike throughout these things. He invades Mike's garage by going in through the skylight. Mike literally ambushes him, and he still kicks his ass and runs away.
That's true.
Finally, Mike manages to track him down. And I was watching the movie, and I was trying to figure out, what is Mike doing? Mike was roaming the streets in his car, looking out the window and seeing pretty blonde women who we'd most likely never see again. Like, here's a pretty blonde woman. There's a pretty blonde woman. There's a pretty blonde woman. And then suddenly he turns up at the area at the hideout, and the blonde guy is there.
Is this
just walking in.
Is this the place that's flanked by empty cardboard boxes in the alleyway?
It might have been.
With all the guys are standing guard outside?
No. That's later on. This is like when he gets his hand cut on the broken bottle.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
But the blonde guy is there. And honestly, I want to try to sell you guys on a science fiction angle here. What if that blonde guy can turn into women? He could have been... Maybe he's an anti-hero. Maybe he was the blonde, like, saving Laura in that scenario. Whenever he has to, he could kick ass as a man, and then he can steal hearts as a woman.
Wow.
So that's what Mike doing. He was following him as the blonde woman until they got to the hideout, and then he immediately changed to his fighting form and kicked Mike's ass again.
Yeah, because he's kicking Mike's ass a lot in this movie.
Oh,
and I think honestly, I think he makes it out alive out of this whole movie.
He absolutely does. He was
standing guard. He was like standing guard outside the hideout.
Well, no spoilers. But yeah, he totally gets away.
Spoilers. Do it. Wow.
But anyway,
yeah.
So Mike invades this like storehouse, which is full of all of the jerk-offs who have been beating up, convenience store people and such. Mike breaks in, tells them all to beat it, and then locks himself in a death battle.
And they don't beat it, I should point out. None of them actually beat it.
None of them beat it. One of them attempts a ballet kick on him.
Yeah.
And launching himself off of pipes, which I have to admit shows a certain amount of initiative. But they're pretty much irrelevant through all of this until the end, when one of them is stupid enough to stand around long enough for Mike to cut his throat with a broken bottle.
So true. So that's when the cut happens that Mike gets? Mm-hmm. Because I love that completely random bit of police work when Raj is in his garage and he's like, hey, what happened to your hand? What, this? No, nothing. And he's like, it looks like it got cut by a bottle.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly.
Like, really?
That's some stellar police work, really, honestly. You who work with your hands amongst a bunch of sharp objects, I detect this was done by a bottle.
Yeah. I love that.
And the weird thing is that Roger is in his home before he goes down to see Mike in his 3-piece suit, which we have never seen before. He's at home, and he gets a phone call just as he tries to talk to Laurie, and she goes, "Oh, it's all fine, Dad," and runs upstairs. He hears the phone ring. He goes in, and you see him replace it on the thing, pick it up, and try to call Mike. Once again, we see the obsession with checkoffs. Once again, who knows what that phone call was about? Why does he need to talk to Mike so bad all of a sudden? Why does he confront Mike down in his garage? Who can tell? It is once again Chekhov's Ma Bell.
Wow.
I'm telling
That's
you,
pretty amazing. I gotta say.
They loved the setup and knockdown of that. I can't fault them for that at all.
Huh. As a cannabis enthusiast, I'm not offended by this. And
that's right. They expected you to be able to follow all this, man.
And I really want to watch this again, thinking about the Simon & Simon guy. Maybe I should put on Pink Floyd's Metal and watch this again and think about him as a shapeshifter. Is that what he is?
A shapeshifter? Yeah, like sort of a gender shapeshifter from what Jesse's talking about.
Okay.
Because I'll be honest, I kept wondering why they kept like these blonde women who were standing on the street that he kept driving by. There was really none of them were introduced before or after. But
didn't even get a taxi driver voiceover, for God's sake.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, seriously. Come down, help the rain come to watch them all down.
Yeah, Bernard Herrmann score would have been
right.
Nice.
Whereas, according to Jesse's theory, they were actually all just the Simon guy, and he was tracking them back to the actual hideout.
This is actually making a lot of sense.
Mike has hidden depths.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
Wow. Okay. So we, our intrepid policeman has a hunch. So he takes, what is it, Mike offers him a tequila shot when he's on the way into the precinct, and he says no, but he grabs one of the, Mike has to answer the phone and say, I don't do German cars, I don't do automatic transmissions, go down the street to Sid's, and Raj uses his handkerchief or whatever, his pocket square, and he grabs the shot glass and puts it in his pocket. They compare that to the prints that are on the broken bottle that slit the guy's throat. It's a match, but he's keeping that to himself. He's keeping that close to his chest, right?
Righto.
And then we get a little peek into what's going on inside Mike's troubled mind. Let's listen to a little bit of that.
The executioner is still on the loose.
Oh, sorry,
and
wrong
as
one.
he continues to commit murder against murderers...
But he still is on the loose. Let's
he is actually, he's still pretty much...
Who's enemy, Roger? The orders to send us to Nam? The orders to kill? Or the men behind the orders? They've forgotten, but I haven't.
You're home now, Mike. The war's over. Right or wrong, we've served our country.
It's not over.
There's some good use of John Adams there.
I know, right? Actually, I have to say, that wasn't bad music. And good for you for knowing a contemporary composer, Jesse. I'm pretty impressed.
You subjected me to that man for years. Of course I know him. I put out 3
I'm a huge fan of John Adams.
John Adams? I'm not familiar.
Yeah.
He is John can explain him in a more flattering way than I can.
He's a minimalist. Who came along the same time as Philip Glass and Steve Reich. He did Shaker Loops. He did the opera Nixon in China. He's pretty great.
Okay. He loves those spooky, wavering violins that they were using there.
Well, how did we?
He did in his violin concerto, yeah.
Okay. Well, here's a little bit more of. I just called it clown music, so I didn't mean to offend anybody. But here's a little more of what happens inside Mike's head.
No, that applies.
Honestly, it's pretty good sort of fever dream music, honestly.
No, actually, I'm sincere when I say I like the music.
And if Matt tried to say that this was the inspiration for late period Tom Waits, I probably would have to give him that one.
Totally. Or what is this?
There's a bit of Bernard Herrmann in there, honestly.
Okay.
You can hear his femur scraping.
Yeah.
It's his femur they're smacking that with right
now. So we're kind of closing in here on the ending. Someone bring us
and
home
I have to admit, it was a cracker ending.
Cracker.
Full of crackers.
So everything comes to a head. All of our characters finally get together in one place. Chekhov's samurai sword gets used. Jesse, why don't you bring us on home?
All right. So, it all starts out, of course, with Laura, which is why I learned her name. She heads off, leaving Kitty behind at the pool, because apparently they had one. As she walks out to her car, Pete Vance once again appears, wrapping his
Tentacles?
His car thingy. A mechanical car thingy with his jacket. There is a thump, a whimper, and she is stuffed into the car. The only witness, Kitty. And only Kitty can save her. So I figured at this point the movie is over. But no.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Kitty only has 2 brain cells surrounding her.
Kitty's like a broken doorstop of a human being if there ever was one.
But we get some, I have to say, of the best phone tree on film that I think anyone has ever produced. She runs to a phone booth, calls the police station to try to find Laura's father, find Roger. He's not in. Can you give me his personal number? He's not in there either. Well, what about his, maybe, girlfriend? Amherst. She'll call the station and ask her. Never mind that it was the older prostitute who actually heard about that.
Right.
They're going to call there. Oh, they can't get her there either. Could you give me her personal number, please? 10 minutes of this. Just cutting back to Kitty over and over, trying to learn how phone books work.
I really and the most annoying voice that we have ever heard.
Yeah.
Like listening to her go through the phone tree.
Even more hysterical at this point. And at this point, let's face it, like Laura could have been in Boca Raton by the time Kitty got up.
Yeah.
I never want to hear anybody saying cell phones took drama out of the world. As far as I'm concerned, everybody should have them strapped to their heads in movies from now on.
No, seriously.
But in any case, things are going down. Before all this, Christina Amherst, right? Or was it Krista? Celia, thank you very much. It's very important because you have to get as white a name as possible for this woman. Celia Amherst has annoyed Aldo Ray, and all who annoy Aldo Ray must die. So the tattooed man has decreed that she will die as well, which means we get the big moment. While Roger is off essentially picking his ass or whatever the hell he does in that insurance office they call a station.
We said the exact same thing. That's so funny.
All kinds of things are going down. Mike picks up the executioner signal, realizing that something is going on. Meanwhile, Celia gets home and picks up the phone just as Kitty is calling to learn that something horrible has happened to Laura. She attempts to call Roger, but that would mean Roger would get to do something. So obviously that's when the tattooed man's Batman appears out of nowhere and grabs her and takes her away.
He was supposed to kill her, is all I'm saying. Like,
you talking about the guy with the butt chin?
Yeah.
I think he decided that Laura needed company or something because they both end up in the same room at the end.
It's like, he couldn't even do that right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now Laura has been kidnapped by Pete Vance and brought to the tattooed man. Likewise, for reasons unknown to us, Celia Amherst is also brought there when she really just needed to be dead, but never mind. They're doing their best. What does he know?
Hey, he said he's human too. He has needs.
Right. Outside, every thug the tattooed man has surrounded the building because he thinks he's going to kill the executioner somehow. We're not let in on that plan. Meanwhile, the blonde man, our anti-hero, also lurks outside the building. Luckily, he will disappear right after seeing him outside the building, never to be heard from again.
Nope.
Mike's gotten the executioner signal. He rushes out to his car. He turns the car over. It doesn't start. I'd better get out and check. Oh, it's just the battery. That's okay. Let's get it back into the car.
I'm a mechanic.
So much suspense.
Away.
Oh, man.
And this is important. Chekhov's like Chevrolet, because this car will be used to knock down the first two thugs they see.
Right.
At insanely slow speeds, I might add.
Yes.
Seriously.
Mike manages to knock down the first couple of thugs. He does have to wrestle with one of them, who he throws into a dumpster and then mimes hitting him with a can.
Yeah.
You never hear the can hit anything. You never see any dents on the can or any impact. But apparently he beat a man to death with a aluminum can. Sure. Whatever.
Also, I gotta say, once again, Mike has a gun with him.
Yes,
he does have a gun.
It's not used.
that they must not have been able to afford the squibs or something. It's my only theory about that.
I have no idea, man.
Mike Man doesn't
John.
kill.
And then Mike runs into the place. Take it, John.
All right. So Mike like runs into the place. At this point, like generally the 3 tattooed man, which is how I think he should be here and named, the 3 tattooed man has genuinely fucked up Laura. Like Laura is covered in like weird purple welts and her hair is all burns. They're supposedly, but there doesn't make any sense because there's no actual cigarette burns on her. They don't look like that.
No,
but like whatever.
But I was
Also,
actually shocked to see that. Like I was like, oh, they went there. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah, I was like, wow, they really went all out on the makeup on that one. Also, I thought it was weird about the cigarette man. He was supposed to, or the 3 tattooed man, he was supposed to be burning people with cigarettes.
Yeah.
But he keeps blowing on the cigarette, whereas strangely with cigarettes,
that's the menacing
it's a
part.
really
That's the
easy
part.
mechanism. You take a draw from the cigarette, and that's how you get it to burn a little brighter.
Uh-huh.
But
Like he
that's
didn't seem
just-
to understand that bit.
John, that's just good smoking feeling. Remember, this is 1984 when cigarettes were still feel-good objects.
Yeah.
If you want to make them
That's
creepy,
true.
you got to have a thing. You got to have you got to have some business.
See, if you're just drawing off it to get a cherry stoked and hot and burning, it's kind of the shortcut, John. You want to really take the slow. You want to savor it. See, this is what's wrong with your generation. You don't know how to hold off and earn something.
Oh my God.
It's too pragmatic for the needs for the 3 tattooed man. So what was it? So in the meantime, the executioner shows up, Mike, once again has a gun in his hand, and proceeds to fist fight everybody.
Does he pistol whips a couple people though?
He pistol whips. Right. He pistol whips.
Only
Pete
coming
Vance.
in. When he comes in and he threatens the tattooed man with the gun. And then the gun just seems to disappear as Pete Vance, half-naked Pete Vance, tackles
half-naked
him.
Pete Vance.
That's right.
Who once again, so we get to see far more flesh of Pete Vance than we ever wanted to.
Yes, we do. At least he was in good shape, relatively speaking.
I feel like maybe, I think maybe the executioner should have been invested in a bat, because it seems like that's what he really wanted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It
would have worked out way better.
It's just, because guns are not great for hitting people. I mean, they are hard and heavy, but, you've got to really get in close.
He does a great job of pistol whipping. It's just he keeps losing the damn thing.
Yeah.
If he had it,
all
these
the
guys
time.
would never have a chance.
But he's got more of a Casey
small,
Jones
so it gets
vibe.
lost
I think you
easily.
should just go full Casey Jones.
Exactly.
Right? Just boom. Just hit them. I guess, because if he isn't going to shoot them, I feel like he's working a little too hard.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's all going on. And meanwhile, the reporter, Celia
Amherst.
Celia Amherst realizes there is a samurai sword. Celia actually lays still. She plays possum for a little bit, while the henchman of the 3 tattooed man creeps on her, and she kind of seduces him to take off her bonds, which is an interesting part the writer wrote for herself.
Yeah, I know.
Which I thought was kind of creepy. I was like, you wanted kind of a sexy moment for yourself. Fair enough.
Well, did you? Hold on. Sorry to jump in here, but did you see there's a point where she meets the police chief, whatever it is, the commissioner? Did you see the close-ups that she had when it's 8 layers of cheesecloth and it's just she's glowing and translucent?
Yeah, exactly.
So she was, she has a couple features.
I have questions about that entire Aldo Ray thing. But yeah, the parts where they walk in, sit down at a table, and then are suddenly transported to another dimension where the cheesecloth and the black stars of the universe shine behind them as she, I don't know.
That was in both of their
mental
contracts.
Judgment upon him?
Yeah, you have to make us both look 40 years younger.
I feel like that, when she was writing the screenplay, she was hot young reporter, was what she was writing.
Right. No, she was.
And as far as she was concerned, that's what was delivered, my friend.
No, she knew.
Yes, exactly.
She knew. So I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I just wanted to mention that her glamour shots and her close-ups. And we skipped over a whole subplot, which is not important, and particularly considering our political climate right now, I don't want to dredge in this. whole thing, but there's a corrupt politician sub story here that has no import. So considering what's going on in this country
you're
right now.
I strangely used Aldo Ray as the apparent. I thought he was like a councilman or something, but he turns out to be the police commissioner later.
Yeah,
I'm not entirely sure they didn't change that halfway through.
Name a couple of his best projects. I know his name. I couldn't place him based on his
Aldo
name.
Ray. I can tell you about Aldo Ray, my friend, because I discovered him in a little movie they like to call, because that's what they titled it, Men in War, in which, set in the Korean War, so that alone is like making it pretty unusual, he unwillingly finds himself seconded to a small platoon of like soldiers led by Robert Ryan. And it is his job throughout that movie to annoy Robert Ryan. Which, usually it's the other way around. Usually it's Robert Ryan over there, making people tense. But no, this time it's Aldo Ray. Aldo Ray is something else. I don't know if anybody's seen, him in The Executioner or not. But you only get to see headshots of him, so you're never going to really appreciate. It's not so much that he's a mesomorph. It's more like he's a cylinder. He is built he's got a cylinder of a head set on top of a cylinder of a body with cylinder legs and big cylinder arms. He's either the jovial, let's go out for a beer guy, or he's the tense, I will bite your face off in 5 seconds guy. And I can't say enough about him. He you can see him in Men in War. He's good in that. He's also good in Battle Cry, which isn't Battleground.
He's in We're No Angels.
Decent movie. Oh yes.
And the Green Berets with John Wayne. Wow. Okay.
Huh. Yeah. No, he's actually a pretty decent a 60s style actor.
Well, now I feel bad for him being in this picture.
Yeah. Don't feel bad for him. He was never in this picture. He is never. Take a look. Every time he comes in, somebody talks to him, going off to the right. He will be on the left saying, how you doing? The backgrounds will never match.
Yes. Okay,
He's
so
not
thank
even
you.
in there.
So yeah, when Renee gets her glamour shot at lunch with him, you get this cutaway with a total different background, and he has a menu up over his face and he slowly lowers it. And he answers her question. Did you notice that? Where it's just this reveal, slowly lowered menu, and he says something that's they're never on screen at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yes.
Amazing.
And if you notice, I know you like this movie, Matt, and I'm glad that somebody does. But I have to tell you, there is not one piece of this movie that does not shine with incompetence.
That's why I like it, though.
Single thing. The directors, the actors, all of them. And whenever Aldo Ray is supposed to be in the scene and they have to look at somebody in the foreground, you need a double, of course. Mm-hmm. And what you need for that double is not someone who looks anything like Aldo Ray. No. What you need is someone with huge granny glasses, gray hair, and wearing a plaid suit that no one would ever put on any God-fearing man. That is Aldo Ray's double in all of these shots. It's you can actually see that granny-glassed guy lead in Celia into the restaurant before they supposedly sit down at the same table and then get gauzed to death.
Yes, it's amazing. Gauzed to death?
Gauzed to death is an amazing phrase, by the way, Jeff. Hold on.
It's in the canon now. We're using it. Okay, so... Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. But they had 90 minutes of his time. What did you expect?
They did have 90 minutes. I don't think it took 10 minutes to do all of his appearances.
I don't know.
I don't know that it took 5, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
It definitely took about 6 bottles of bourbon from the glaze that he had.
So, John, thank you for holding. Back to you.
Oh shit! I don't know where I am now. So anyway, the reporter leaps into action, stabs the second in command with the samurai sword. Meanwhile, very incompetent executioner.
I want to point this out because it is the best kill shot in the entire movie.
It is true, actually. Yeah.
Is it?
She grabs the samurai sword off the wall. of course, the guy being no fool, he tries to pin her arms. She then does the Bruce Willis slide the samurai sword behind you straight through your bad guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Taking it through. It penetrates through him into a couch, which for some reason is like up beside him. Yeah, which is propped beside him because I guess that's the classy sort of place they do their pimping. Slides into him so hard that later, when he continues to zombie-like try to take her down, he has to bring the couch with him.
I forgot about that.
That is a kill shot, my friend.
That is, you're right. It
is better than any other kill shot in this movie.
Huh.
Of course, Renee Harmon is going to give it to her.
Give it to herself, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Huh. Well, she knows the screenwriter. That's great. Good for her. Okay, so John, bring it on home.
Back,
we're really home now.
So, all right, so cutting it back, so obviously the executioner isn't going to just kill these people with the gun he brought. So he kind of does sort of an incompetent job of beating them down, and then just brings out this enormous, collection of dynamite. And then
Yosemite Sam level of dynamite.
Yosemite Sam style. And then takes a while to light it. I think that was supposed to be suspenseful, but once again, it just sort of felt like we were sort of drawing out the time here. And then, gets the reporter, gets Laura, looking very much the worse for wear, and then pulls him outside, and the whole building essentially goes up in a puff of smoke, I think.
And I think I have a clip of him lighting the fuse.
Excellent, because I love this. Has also the only belly laugh in the movie.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
I don't want your filthy money. I'll give you something. And you can take it to hell with you, sucker.
That was it, right? Doesn't he try to cut him in on his action?
You just missed it. Oh. Just before all this, during, the whining and the sniveling that you have to have in these movies. You can't do without the whining and the sniveling. Right. The guy screams in abject terror and, just beautiful, beautiful emotion. He screams, "I'll write you a check!" And if there's a more 80s phrase than that, I don't know.
No, seriously.
Okay, so...
Oh, also, I want to mention a couple of, favorite little bits that happen throughout this fight. One, as, our pimp, Pete Vance, attacks Mike throws him away. And immediately Vance falls on the couch and begins screaming and screaming. And if either of you can tell me what exactly happened there to have him screaming and screaming, I don't know.
Yeah,
they didn't bother to put any fake blood on him or anything like that.
I think there was a bit of knife fighting going on as well.
Yes, but there's no blood on him. All I can think is that he actually fell on his keys.
He pulled a hammy, and then he fell on his keys.
Exactly. Or disc problem, that's fine. But those are some serious screams that Pete Vance was giving off. So Mike managed to mess him up somehow. Undid his chiropractor's work. I don't know.
Yeah, totally. That lumbar pain, man, it's serious.
Yeah, that's no joke. You don't
I also, once again, want to go back to my heroes, the two prosties. At the beginning of all this, they are chatting up the tattooed man. Laura is being dragged in even as they speak. They're over there. They're dangling handcuffs, and they're saying, "Come on, aren't you going to play with us?" Now, mind you, the tattooed man has been shown many times to be scoring up, using cigarette burns, all that sort of stuff. Are these women afraid? No.
No.
You can honestly see that blonde woman look at him like, "Come on, you already did my left side. Can you even me out a little bit? Come on." They have no fear.
That's true. True. They're super into it.
Yeah.
If he just stuck with them, nobody would have had to have been exploded or fall on their keys.
But he had to get greedy.
That's right.
Right? You couldn't stick with the professionals. They knew what they were up to.
Damn right.
So the dust is settled, and the commish comes to Raj.
Mm-hmm.
And where do we leave off with Mike here?
Apparently he ran away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Right?
Because you don't see him until the later confrontation. So they go straight back to the police station. Roger has an expression on his face like, somebody got his lunch order wrong.
Right. I know, like he has like the enormously abused daughter, and he seems kind of like, yeah, she's all right.
He saved my daughter.
These things happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I kind of started blocking a little bit of stuff out towards the end here. There's the final confrontation between old army buddies in the Bijou, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
there's
right.
a lot of pointless circling around inside the Bijou. Finally, they go up to the roof. Mike jumps out and goes, "Ha-ha!" But there's no actual...
Like literally, like he actually goes, "Aha!"
Yeah, because this felt done. Like this is denouement to the nth degree. Like, I don't know. I just at this point
there was no denouement. There was no French words going anywhere around here. They swept out of the roof. Mike goes, "I gotcha, I gotcha," and then later you slowly go over the roof and you see Mike running away to the voiceover of our friend. Well, he turns around once, gives some sort of weird touchdown signal, and then runs away.
Yeah, here's that VO you're talking about.
The underworld is in hiding until the murders by the executioner have stopped. Police state they haven't been able to track him down and welcome all calls with information to help them apprehend him. They think he's gone on to another city. Does this mean crime will be returning to our city streets again?
So this seemed like...
Crime never left, baby.
This seemed like world building, right? I mean,
right.
I think we were all expecting an extended universe with Charles Bronson from Death Wish, this guy, Dolph Lundgren's Punisher, but we never got it.
Nope.
It's not fair.
Oh, you had to mention Dolph Lundgren as Punisher. Oh, what a great man.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Have you done that one yet? Like, Matt, have you done Dolph Lundgren's Punisher yet?
No, I've seen a few minutes of it here and there on TV over the years, and I've never had any interest. It didn't look fun bad. It just looked bad.
Even if you're a little bit of a fan of Dolph Lundgren's buttocks, you owe it to yourself to try it out.
Yeah. Okay, so, John, you have stuff to do, so we need to wrap this up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so let's move on. I don't think we need to do final thoughts or anything. We just straight into, is this cool or is this trash? Jesse, it's your first time here, so state your position and support it.
All right. Before I do that, I'd just like to read a little haiku I made.
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. I forgot about haiku.
The grenade slips down. Use the gun, never bullets. Transitions are for punks.
That's going in the show notes and the metadata for this. Thank you very much. Well, I'm sorry, it should be snapping. Beautiful.
But no, this was trash. There is no point. This showed incompetence on a cosmic scale. And I am only sorry that we are not able to, put Renee Harmon in The Hague for this. This was a horrible movie. Should never have happened. No purpose to it.
I'm sorry she was too young to attend the Nuremberg trials.
Wow.
For her crimes against humanity, she did deserve.
Okay, John.
I'm going to have to go with trash on this one. We actually talked about this the last time. There has to be in some way, shape, or form, even if it's total garbage, I have in some way, shape, or form to want to envy the position of one of the characters. In some way, shape, or form, I want to be part of this world in order for me to really enjoy it. And there was nothing enviable in it. Honestly, basically at some point I thought to myself, this was like a bleached out blaxploitation movie. There was no you had your pimps, you had your your drug dealers, you had your big, boss. But there was no style whatsoever to any of it.
It's Ned Flanders' blaxploitation.
It's like Ned Flanders' blaxploitation picture. But for that, it deserves to burn.
Wow. Oh, you ignorant sluts. This movie, I was totally... I was not disappointed by this movie's reputation. It is considered a classic grindhouse sleaze, and it's delirious and incompetently made, and I was not disappointed in any way, shape, or form. We sat down there and watched it and laughed and had a good bit of discussion afterwards. So this is totally cool. I would recommend this to anybody who enjoys psychotronic movies or movies that are off the beaten path or not traditionally good. This is a totally good time. So I give this a wholehearted thumbs up as a cool movie. So you guys unfortunately can't come back on the show again. It was great to have you on. No, I appreciate your position, and I'm sorry that we don't agree, but that's okay. That's what makes America such a great company. So final thoughts, anything you want to say about this before we ship off to the nom?
Oh, let me think. Final thoughts.
Any wisdom?
Yeah, I've got no wisdom.
Yeah, you do.
Jess, what have you got?
Yeah, we know that. Honestly, what I really want from this is, Matt, I want you to describe your favorite scene from this movie. No more of this, it's so bad, it's good stuff. I want a specific moment when you loved this movie.
I already shared that.
Oh,
that
come on.
math test was really the pits. Yeah, it was dumb. I played that over and over again. I just rewind. What else do you need? That was my favorite part.
Definitely. I would just like to point out that everyone should envy the fact that I have Jesse for a brother.
Yeah.
And get to listen to him go on and on.
But I want to thank you guys
end.
so much. This was so much fun, getting to hang out with you guys and talk about even this movie.
Sorry, man. That's my line. So if you don't know where you're supposed to be sitting here, this is not going to work. So, hey, Jesse, thanks so much for coming on the show. Fuck. God damn it.
I really appreciate it.
God, now I'm... All right.
I've thrown him off his game.
So, seriously, though, it was great talking to you guys about this, and I appreciate you making time to do it. I'm glad that you got to be on the show, Jesse. It was fun.
It was a great time.
Thanks for putting up with John, too.
I know, seriously.
Yeah. So next up on the show, out there, listener, we're going to be doing another Thanksgiving one. I am still selecting the movie, but I'm pretty sure I know what it is. I'm pretty sure we're going to be watching Blood Rage with Louise Lasser. It was shot in 1983 and shelved until 1987, and you know that's a good sign when a movie sits on a shelf for 4 years. So it's a slasher movie that is supposed to be kind of cheeky and self-aware and is set on Thanksgiving, so therefore it's a Thanksgiving movie. I'm going to be doing that with the guys from the Broken Plane podcast, the football podcast. They're friends of mine, and they came on last year when we did Home Sweet Home, which was another Thanksgiving slasher movie. So they'll be on, and that will be out about a week before Thanksgiving, so you can tune in and check that one out. Jesse, thank you so much for being here. John, thank you so much for being here. I had a great time talking to you guys, as always.
Thanks, Matt.
It's been an honor, sir.
So for That's Cool, That's Trash, I'm Matt Howell, and you have been...
John Morgan.
And...
Jesse Morgan.
You folks out there, stay trashy.
That's trash.
It's garbage, folks.
She'll get my personal attention. An honest-to-goodness virgin. Amazing.